think it's a shame. I mean, yeah, the systems are powerful and there's a lot more memory, but if the CPU ain't, you know, as good as, you know, it should be, I mean, a lot of these games should be targeting 60 frames per second. I mean, if, you know, PC, and I know PCs are a different beast and sort of, you know, you can have the argument all day with, you know, PC against consoles, but the fact of the matter is, I'd prefer to play a game in 60 frames per second. Yeah, 30 frames per second is extremely playable, and anybody who says, oh, I can't play games 30 frames per second, you know, they just take the piss. Yeah, you can play a game and have fun with a game in 30 frames, but, you know, I think a game benefits at 60 frames per second. It really, really does. I mean, you look at the difference between playing The Last of Us in 60 frames or playing it in 30 frames, and there is a dramatic difference. And after playing The Last of Us in 60 frames per second, there's no way I'd ever go back to playing it in 30, you know? It's like GTA 5 now, and it's like, that's a last gen game, you know? They were working on the PS3, 360 hardware, and it's coming out now, PS4. Yeah, they've updated the resolution and the textures and this, that and the other, but it's still locked at 30 frames per second. It's like they've not been able to even go above that and run the game at 60 frames per second, but yet the PC version's got to be able to. It's like, these systems, yeah, for all the power they give us in terms of memory and everything, it's like, well, a lot of the stuff that really does matter at this point, they're obviously not being able to do it. Certain games, yeah, can pull out 60 frames, Call of Duty and Resogun and games like that, FIFA, but, you know, I think as time goes on, I mean, I'd love to play an open world game. I'd love to play GTA or a Skyrim or something like that in 1080p 60 frames per second on console. You know, I don't care about 2K, 4K and all that shit. 1080p 60 frames per second is what I'd enjoy. You know, so, but hey ho, like I say, 30 frames per second is still extremely playable. But it's like, even other games like Bloodborne, you know, even Bloodborne's not targeting 60 frames per second, that's 30 frames, and
hey bro,
you know, I think the issue with like Demon Souls and Dark Souls, that was a 30 frames per second game, but it dropped a lot of frames. And it got really stuttery, and you know, the slowdown in some of the sections in them games was ridiculous, and I hope Bloodborne's not going to suffer that same fate. There was a lot of frame rate issues in the alpha that I played, you know, and I didn't like it. But we'll see. We shall see. Anyway, I'm completely going off track. I just went on a little bit of a tangent, and I do apologise, guys.
It was fun.
But, you know, I am enjoying the racing in this game.
Don't mess with cops on race night, because the more heat that's around, the less business we can do. See, shit like this is why you haven't got your 510 ink.
Come on, Dane, I'm the best driver in the whole damn state.
This isn't about that, Alex. I founded the 510s. I'm the V8. And my own brother is breaking the rules.
I hope they can clean up the graphics a bit by the time this is
breaking rank left and right.
So, what are we doing?
Some guy named Shiv. V4 I ain't met yet. Gotta ask him a few questions about money going missing.
So why am I here? Why not one of your 510s?
You're an asshole. You can drive. If I've got to put Shiv back in line, I want the best driver I've got to burn him on the road. And I was giving you a chance to take this stuff seriously.
Ronnie's asshole. Welcome to Detroit. Put your hands up for Detroit.
This is the guy. Stay low.
Knew that shit was gonna happen.
FBI, hands where I can see them.
My brother needs help. He's... What the hell are you doing, man?
At least it put a, you know, a storyline to the game.
Out!
Got a gun.
Well, that ain't mine.
This one's dead.
No!
Damn. Right, bored of all this now, I just want to get in the car and drive somewhere.
Hello, Alex. My name's Zoe. I think we can help each other. You know these guys, right? Of course you do. One killed your brother, the other framed you for his murder. Here's the deal. I want this guy. Special Agent Coburn, he's dirty. All I need is proof. And you want this guy, Dennis Jefferson, aka Shiv, leader of the 510 Motor Club.
I'm in.
You've got 8 more years in here. We can wipe that slate clean, clear your name.
I said I'm in.
Okay. You're hereby working for the Federal Bureau of Investigation.
I got nothing against being on the right side of the law.
There's a ride in the shop across town. I'll be in touch.
I'm keeping this.
Whatever gets you stoked.
Do, 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 do.
We have a budget for this operation, Alex, but it's limited. I've given you enough cash to buy and set up your first ride. Spend it wisely. After that, you'll have to fund upgrades yourself. They're all available to test drive, so take them for a spin if you're unsure.
Tell you that one. Let's go. choose where I want to go.
Alex, there are car dealers like this all across the country. Each dealer has a different stock of cars, so you might want to swing by each and take a look. There are 510 tuners all over the country who specialize in different car modifications. As this operation progresses, you'll need to access these tuners. But for now, let's get you a street ride. Street spec cars are lightly modified rides, built for street racing and tuned for the open road. Most common 510 ride for a reason. Street spec should be your first choice for cross-country road trips.
I'll just fast travel to this.
There's a tuner across town. I'll send the location to your phone. Call me when you're done.
Right, I want to get a tuned up car, and then I want to drive to New York and then drive to LA. Cross country. That's what I want to do.
Okay, Alex. Let's get your ride fitted for street spec. Every car you buy at a car dealer is a full stock ride, ready to improve at a tuner. There is one tuner per region, and you can buy a different spec starter kit from each of them. These kits transform your vehicle for different terrain types. After fitting a spec starter kit, you can buy car parts that are automatically installed on your vehicle. Installing mechanical car parts increases your vehicle's car level. The higher the car level, the better it performs.
Okay. So you need the level 1 then.
Looking good. Let's hit the streets.
Yes, let's get on with it. Street car purchase, brand new car, complete missions, skills to win parts, yeah. Exit. Here we go, so I should be able
Alex,
to just...
come over to the location I'm sending you now. I want to see how you handle yourself.
I don't want to go there though, so... I want to go to New York.